Hello, you suitably subtle sewer scamperers. It's turn number 61 of my all Warhammer Nations Dominions 5 game. I'm playing as Skavenblight. Let's take a look. We've completed research and evocation. That's up to level 7 now. Let's take a quick look what I got. Evocation level 7, I now have Firestorm, which is a trick obviously I can do with my big firecasters, and that could be very strong against the big hordes of orcs potentially. Shimmering Fields, which is kind of similar if I've got a very high aircaster, and I do now have a Queen of Elemental Air. Acid Storm I have no chance of casting. Murdering Winter I could potentially use if it's in winter and it's cold scales. I do have the casters that could cast that. I've got a Queen of Elemental Water, again another thing I've summoned this turn, and I also have the Sea King could cast Murdering Winter as well. Then I've got Cloud of Death. Obviously, I can cast in, big battles. I've got plenty of mages that can cast Cloud of Death, so I could cast that. Tons of Cloud of Death all over the place. That's pretty strong. And Stygian Rains. I have a Cockthead that could cast Stygian Rains, so I could use that as well. So I've got quite a lot of new options. Don't know that I'm going to be using any this turn, but I've got the options. If I can get up to Evocation level 8, I get Maelstrom, which if I have enough water, I'll eventually be able to cast. Vortex of Unlife, which is another fun battlefield evocation, although it's very expensive in Death at Death 5. But it doesn't cost any gems. And Pillar of Fire, which is great if you've got lots of fire mages, which I do. So it may be worth us getting evocation 8 and then possibly you can go up to 9 for the fun spells up there, I think. So I do have evocation level 8 queued up after I've got blood magic up to level 8 first. Back to the messages. We have cast Queen of Elemental Water, the Queen of Elemental Air. They're not super different, all the different types. I think one of the Queens of Elemental Water can actually leave the water. This one can't, but I think I can give them an Amulet of Breathing, so they can do that. But for the moment, they're just going to stay in the water. We summoned up a Spectre. I should have done a Wraith Lord instead of a Spectre, but it's always good to have more Spectral Mages, so that's fine. Trufflepuff cast Teleport, that's into the Orcish territory, and then we get to see the battle. This is Trufflepuff teleporting into the Caves of Mirror. I know that there's some trolls in there. Yep, so we have a bunch of the stone trolls who can hit very hard and have their vomit attack as well, and then some Bakemono. So it's possible that they will cause some problems for this Vermin Lord. They're not super well kitted, but I think that Soul Vortex will keep us going. We can keep Soul Vortexing these guys. Yeah, see, I am taking some hits. See, the repel is also going off quite often. The little animation of my guy sort of disco dancing there, that's when he's repelling them. But yeah, they're regenerating from the Soul Vortex, but he's slowly killing them with his Doomglaive. And his Ring of Regen and the Soul Vortex itself is going to keep him going. They have pretty good magic resistance. They've got 14, so I think Soul Vortex is not so good against them. But now that the Bakemono have moved in with their bad magic resistance, the Soul Vortex is going to absolutely eat them up. Yes, you can see them just getting evaporated and turned into lovely hit points for us. It's worth remembering Soul Vortex does not work that great against high magic resistance. Anyway, the Vermin Lord does fine. They take that out, no problem. Another profit's taken from the Orcs. Got some site searching, but didn't find anything. Plenty of blood hunting. We've now got a pretty good blood economy and quite a lot of blood every turn. I don't know exactly how much it is every turn, but it may be somewhere around 100 slaves or so a turn, which is very good. We could expand that even bigger. We've got so much territory. This new Orc territory, we could be setting up lots of blood hunting there. And because we've got so much gold, I can set up now labs so that I don't have to do all the micro. So it might be worth me doing that just because I am getting real tired of the micro. We have the Orcs attacking us. I know, quite shocking. We haven't seen this for a bit. They've attacked us in Balm. So let's have a look. This is most of their big army. It's not all of their big army. They left a little bit of it behind. I think this is their better stuff they've brought. They've got their gods, they've got their bosses, they've got their Zug the Zod, who killed a lot of my guys, obviously. Yeah, and I've just got Province Defense here and one Flamethrower. He gets blown up, and the god comes in. But yeah, we can see that the boss is scripted to stay back, the god scripted to come in, so that's something we can bear in mind. We attack the Orcs in Fanglia. Fangilia? I can't remember. Anyway, they've got a few trolls here. Yeah, and a fair chunk of province defense. We've got one thug and our little raiding band. So let's see how we do. I'll just put this on max speed, I think. So our raiding band's going to do fine against those big trolls. They're nice juicy targets. In comes the thug to help them out with some fear aura and do a bit of life draining. And we crash through and we're into the archers. Yeah, just much higher quality of troops. We may have lost some guys there though. Let's have a little look. and Ligia. Did not lose anyone, so a very clean raid. Then we've got a battle in Palame or Palame. This is our Wraithlord doing a Soul Vortex invulnerability stack. There we go. And we've seen this play out many, many times, but there's just no chance of their PD. I mean, they've got those armor-piercing units, the nasty skulkers in their province defense sometimes, a random number of those. But it's just too much. The ethereality, the soul vortex, the defense, the fear. It's just too much for them to deal with. So that's another one taken. Battle in White Forest. This is going to be similar. No, this is a Vermin Lord and his bodyguard. So you've seen them take out a tough province. This is a very weak one. Just some minor province defense here. They don't stand a chance against these guys. The vampires at the back being ethereal. You can see how well this vampire's doing just from being ethereal and having this high invulnerability. This one troop could almost take all of these guys on his own. Yeah, he's doing great. Look at that, very nice. And then Sulfuria. Attacking them again. This is the same thing, Soul Vortex and Vulnerability stack against a little squad of PD. You can see they randomly just had fewer of the armor-piercing ones because their PD is based on a Montag, so they get randomized troops in their PD. And yep, they don't stand a chance and are defeated. So this is another 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another province up there. So 5 more provinces taken from the Orcs. We lost 1, but it didn't matter. It's just province defense. A little bit more lost to Starnesh's Global. Warpstone Mine closes. Snakes and rabbits were crossing people's paths all the time. Oh dear, misfortune in Chibia. And then in the Lost Land, we now have a monster boar charging around. That actually is worth me going and having a look at and making sure somebody deals with that, I think. Yeah. Well, that's right in Orc territory, so we may end up losing that anyway, but it's worth bearing in mind that there's a monster boar there. We can see that even though this is a wasteland, the Orcs have got this lovely growth dominion that's just pushed the population up in all these places. It's really, really nice land that we're taking over here. Thanks for that, Orcs. Orcs. Sneaking enemy was discovered by a patrolling unit. This is just a scout that we've picked up with the patrols. And then we've got 2 breaches, Greendale and a Bocte, so we'll be storming both of those this turn. And then a bit of starvation and the usual messages we get. Okay, so what are we doing in the Orcs territory? Well, there's not much left to attack, but we are moving some troops around. We are keeping these things under siege with what we can. We're attacking down here. We've got a Vermin Lord that can go and take this out. We have, so here you can see they have left behind this big chunk of troops, and I don't see any mages or anything dangerous there. So what I'm going to do is, just to stop them from being moved out by anything, I am going to teleport over from here. Yep. Falafel, the Charmer, the Vermin Lord, he's a bit better equipped than I usually do. I've given him a Shimmering Gleaming Gold and a Shadowbrand, which is very strong against just your basic guys, and his script for taking out these basic infantry is Soul Vortex, Body, Ethereal, Blessing, Astral Shield, and Vulnerability. I think I don't need the Astral Shield on there. Maybe I may as well have it. I mean, just Soul Vortex, Body, Ethereal is probably enough. I think it's fine. If they run up to me and I'm still casting, the Soul Vortex is going to get me out of any fatigue problems I have, so... And I've got regen. And I've got Boots of the Messenger. Yeah, so that's fine. I'll just leave it on that. So he's teleporting in so they don't get a chance to escape. Magic phase, and I'm hoping he'll just annihilate those. Some of them will run away, some of them will get killed. It's fine. We're moving in kind of like a not very clever, not very scripted way. I'm just moving this massive chunk here that was like standing opposite the enemy army, just moving them down onto this fort in case the big army moves in there. And I'm moving all my assassins down here. I don't really know what the Orcs are doing, but maybe they're going to try and like make a stand down here in the south. Maybe they're going to go after this throne, but I'm betting that maybe they'll move there, so I'm just stacking that province with assassins. I've set up a storm here, so we can see. I haven't really scripted these very heavily because it doesn't look like the Orcs are particularly scripting things up, so I'm just going to hope that this works. Just chucking these guys. They don't have the best mage support, but it's fine. Moving some supplies back here. Where are they moving to? They're actually moving up here to supply this army. Down here, we don't have a storm because we already own this fort. I am move patrolling onto this fort with a Foul Vapors, Pox Cauldron. In case they try and attack with that big army, we should get some damage in from that. And we'll just lose all the province defense and stuff, that's fine. And yeah, these guys are moving down here to make another assassin trap. They may come and take this. Maybe I should move some assassins here, not sure. But yeah, maybe we'll just bet they move to there. And They don't have a lab in this province, so they're not going to do any clever magic movement or anything, I believe. I'm also sending the Queen of Elemental Air in here because I think they might attack up here, and I'm hoping that the big army will fight them. Queen of Elemental Air is being sent in. She's got a marble armor on her, and she's just going to go and cast Living Clouds and then spells. She can have some fun in that fight. That's Nehekhara. I could go over there, and so that I don't have to deal with their god flying to the back or any other kind of flying, I could take this, the Staff of Storms. I think that might actually be worth doing just to stop any flying from happening in that battle. Yeah, so we'll do that. And she obviously really likes it to be stormy. She has storm power and she has storm flyer, and the air elementals benefit from being a storm as well. Alalar is another one of our spectral mages. We haven't got any black hearts or anything for him, but we can send him off to fight, or he could just stay here. I mean, for the moment, he may as well just stay here and research. I don't have any particular plans for this stuff. This is the Queen of Elemental Water. It's the Lasser, Queen of the Sea. So if she really likes staying in the sea, she has super powerful underwater regeneration. I think you make her... Let's have a look. If I forge her these guys... Got any Dwarven Hammers spare? Forge. Can we forge her? Is it Amulet of the Fish that we want? Where are we? Amulet of the Fish. I don't remember where Amulet of the Fish is. I'm pretty sure it's... I thought that it was something that you could do air magic. Amulet of the Fish. I'm going to pause this and just quickly look that up. Having looked that up, it's water and air, which I don't have as a combination at all, so I'm not going to be making any Amulet of the Fish for them. So yeah, they'll be trapped in the water for a bit, but they can cast some spells for me. That's a Maelstrom caster potentially. Some other bits like that. Let's take these water gems off. I guess if I want to finish off this war with the Orcs. I want to like get them into a fight and kind of deal with their god and everything that's being troublesome to me. But it's not super important. I can just go and hit all of their provinces and take all this lovely gold. And I'm getting lots of gems as well. My gem income's crazy. 54 death gems per month. I'm even getting 12 nature. I'm getting 9 astral, 21 earth per month, 9 water, 16 air, and then 45 fire gems. So my fire and death and earth are obviously crazy good. I'm casting another Vampire Lord. I'm casting another Wraith Lord. I'm casting another Queen of Elemental Air. May as well have 2 of them running around. Periphlagos is just going to stay there for a bit, and I'm going to be reactive because if people aren't going to do anything about me, I'm just going to kind of build my economy and so on. I think because I've got so much money, I can now fix one of these guys so I don't have to worry about doing the micro. So I'm just going to put down a lab over here, I think. Let's have him do the lab. We can still do the patrol and everything, and then we don't need to send a scout over there if we're doing that, so we can send a scout there. Get some blood hunters up there as well. Sending my Vampire Lord down here. I could have my Vampire Lords do blood hunting, of course. That's something that people often do with them. They don't cost anything. They're very good blood hunters, of course. I don't want to blood hunt over there, though. Not quite sure why you're sitting there patrolling. Maybe I'll send you over there to reinforce the throne. Okay, I'm moving the Vampire Lord down here so he can cast Big Blood. I can get Heliophagus, I can cast with him, things like that. Don't really need to do anything else currently, just sitting my assassins here in case they come and take their capital back. Maybe they will, but they don't appear to have moved because they could have moved to do that before. I don't really know where the Orcs are going. I don't know what they're doing, so I guess we'll just see. Everywhere else just sieging, popping 2 forts of theirs, one up here, a Bocte, and one down here, Greendale. So yeah, taking 2 forts and then moving on. We're just going to slowly take all their forts away. We've already got all their land. Yeah, jobs are good. What else are we doing this turn? We're forging some more items. We're doing the typical blood sacrificing things. We're maintaining our big stores of stuff. Cracking on with research. And yeah, that's more or less it. There's not a great deal more to say. I guess because I've got so many fire gems, maybe Ferutlagos could be casting something useful. What can he cast? Baffa Flames is good for defending a fortress. I could be summoning up some fire snakes. That might just to build up a bunch of fire snakes. More flame spirits is always good. Raging Hearts. No, none of this is particularly interesting. I guess I'll put up Vatha Flames. Maybe I'll be putting that up in some of my thrones if they get bothered by people. But now, may as well just summon allies. Yeah, feeling a little bit of a loose end. I guess I should just be coming up with plans to destroy these stacks, but for the moment we're just securing this territory and reacting to what they do. So let's see how it goes next turn. Thanks for watching, so see you next turn. Hello, it's turn number 62. Let's see what happened. Called another Wraith Lord, called another Queen of Elemental Air, so we've got 2 of those flying around now, which is nice. Falaf the Charmer teleported in on some enemies, and Getenbarge has cast Curse of Blood, so that's another Vampire Lord. And then we've got a Dire Portent, Slaanesh with another global. They're really doing well on their globals. So they've gone for Gift of Health, which gives them extra hit points and heals afflictions on their units. It's a pretty strong global, and they've been doing very well on nature, so it kind of doesn't surprise me they get that up. But yeah, they've got quite a few, and I hope that enables them to keep their war with the Lizardmen going. Then we've got Battle at Trobe. This is where Falafel the Charmer, with pretty good equipment for one of our Vermin Lords, more than we usually have. He has gone in to take out a significant amount of greenskins. Now these are the greenskins that were left behind when the kind of the bulk of their army and their god moved on. So they left behind a whole bunch of stuff. They've got a shaman here. I guess a couple of these might have been insane and so got left behind. They've got some commanders, a lot of squigs and things, and night goblins, an orc shaman. Nothing really that should concern a kitted out Vermin Lord with a Soul Vortex and Iron Skin Body Ethereal, so that's the standard way we're defending ourselves. And then I think we're going to bless ourselves. Yep. So let's see how they do. So there's no spells or anything coming in, just weak stuff, animate dead and so on. Squig Hopper's charging in. Get the invulnerability off. So there's a few things here. Him getting netted is bad. If they had more netters, I think Body Ethereal helps us against those, but that could actually cause some problems. We've got Astral Shield up as well, so yeah, pretty nice set of buffs. The enemy are not really able to do much, and because we're using the Shadow Brand rather than, I'll slow it down a little bit, rather than the typical kind of repel build we were doing before, we're able to blow up large groups of them quicker. You can see that the Ore Shield is doing great in combination with this Fear. He's got the regen in case he does take damage, and his protection's high, and he's Body Ethereal, so people without magic weapons can't really hurt him very much anyway. And of course the Soul Vortex keeps his fatigue from going up, and also drains health for him. So you saw another Shadow Brand land there. What is this? He is now enraged, so there's a chance he'll hit himself. So that's kind of a good trick they can use against him. I think that's just from the Loon Slime, from these... yeah, they've got the Loon Slime coated javelins, which does a little bit of fear and a bit of Loon Slime. It doesn't say what the special thing effect is there, but it enrages them, basically. Yeah, so he's enraged, so he could hit himself. I think if he hits himself, he'll be okay, because his Soul Vortex will keep him going. And they are now fleeing. It's just the huge amount of fear and the damage they've been taking. It's a shame. If they had hung around more, I could have killed more of them. But they have fled. Looks like some of the casters are fleeing. Yeah, the army's routed. Okay. So let's hope he doesn't hit himself in his rage. He's still enraged. You can see he's kind of like weaving around as he moves. Like he's drunk. But he's not hitting himself. It's like a whirlwind the way he's moving. That's amazing. That is very funny. Is that it? Is he going to hit himself? No, he's survived being incredibly enraged and has not killed himself. Well done to that lad. So let's see what we managed to kill there. The reason we teleported in was we didn't want them moving away. We wanted to get them before they moved. So we got 86 kills, a bunch of night goblins, clubbers, archers, netters, squig-herders, squig-hoppers, biggins, boys, and a stone troll, and then some province defense. Didn't get their commanders. Yeah, not really a massive loss for them. We're just kind of killing as much of the orcs as we can to clean up. Because we pretty much control all their territory, and just slaughtering their troops is good because they can't really build anymore, so they're not really going to get replaced that much. They can get battlefield promotions and things that give them troops. That's one of their mechanics. Search for magic sites, didn't find anything. We're not doing very much searching anymore. A good bit of blood hunting. And then we've got some battles. So this is the Greenskins attacking us in Palamé. So this is kind of interesting. This is a force that I think was fighting Ulthuan. They were trying to siege the capital. They still haven't taken that. It's not got very much at all, but what it does have is Azhag the Slaughterer, a national hero. He's got a cat charm, amulet of anti-magic, and a ring of regen. This is pretty sensible things to put on him, pretty good. Very high defense and everything. And on our side, defending, we've just got the old Wraith Lord who'll be doing Invulnerability Soul Vortex. And Invulnerability Soul Vortex is not going to cut it against Azhag. So I suspect this will be a short battle. What's Azhag casting? Personal Luck. He's buffing himself a bit, and then he's going to fly in there. So we'll see Azhag. He'll fly over here. We'll see him. Did he just fire an arrow, that orc? Hold on, hold on, hold on. He's got the Just Man's Cross. That's a nice idea. That's for hunting undead. It's a budget way of trying to hunt my undead guys. This is good. Yeah, like to see that. In comes Azhag and absolutely obliterates him. Let's look at the log. No points of damage there. Hits him with a Slagger Blade because he's got magic weapons. So they go through the ethereality and does a huge amount of damage. And then hit him with Slasher, more damage. He's dead. Yeah. So he just obliterated him with his nice magical weapons. Yep, he's going to be a problem, Azhag the Slaughterer. There's a few ways I can get him. One of them is that I could magic duel him. He's only got 2 Astral. We don't have that many Astral mages, but you know, if we lose a few killing Azhag, that'd be fine. We've got a battle in Greenwoods now. You've noticed a theme actually that the things that are causing me trouble are the big orc bosses on wyverns or wyverns. So this is just another province down far to the south that's being taken out, killing off the remainder of these griffins they weirdly had with our vermin lords. And the vampire's actually really good. He's proving that just a single vampire can actually do quite a lot, and not even a vampire lord, just a normal one. Almost impossible for the troops to kill because of his high level of invulnerability and body ethereal. Yeah, he's just a nightmare for anyone who doesn't have magic weapons. Yep, so we clear them out of there. And we kill a few things. What did we get? Yeah, just some stuff. It's good to just keep clearing out stuff whenever we can. Then we've got Greenskins attacking us in Ograthon. So this is their main force, of course, and I suspected they would move onto this fort, and so I set a Foul Vapor's Trap. It's not a very strong Foul Vapor's Trap. I'm just hoping that it'll hit maybe some of their mages and kill a bunch of their troops. We've just got a bunch of crap here, a little bit of province defense, some bodyguards for our Cauldron of 1,000 Poxes, and some Skaven slaves. I don't think the Cauldron will survive, but we'll see. He hasn't got any items, so it's not that important. I mean, he costs 77 blood slaves, but we've got, you know, we get more than that in a turn at the moment. Or around that much, I guess, in a turn. So we can see the Foul Vapors is hitting me. Now, it's not hitting the Orcs as badly as you might think, because I believe they cast some buffs to get poison resistance. Maybe they didn't. Let's have a look. So these ordinary units don't have poison resistance, but their blessed units certainly do. They get poison resistance 10, and that is from their blessed and their built-in poison resistance they natively have, so they're not going to be too affected. And then we've got the, oh, they just took off with their weapon. They've got the mages, of course. They've got some poison resistance of 5, so they can survive a little bit because of the bless. And then we've got a few bosses and things, and they've got the hit points. They can probably ride it out. But yeah, here's the god. He's jumped in to try and attack my 1,000 boxes already and done some damage. We can see his equipment. He's got not much fire resistance, okay shock resistance, completely poison resistant. So we could hit him with Frozen Hearts, I believe. That would be useful against him. But generally just hitting him very hard would probably be a good idea. He's doing a bit of trampling. In comes this lad. Interesting, kind of fails to take out the Cauldron. You'd have thought he'd have hit him straight away. He's casting his spells and things. We're now trying to rout. Hopefully we can get off the battlefield. That'd be great to get away with it. Oh, I don't know. Very damaged. And they've both taken off. If they land in front of him, he's doomed. Ah, just on the edge of the battle. Zug the Zod gets another kill. Well done, that orc. So let's see how much damage our poison did. We can steal its silk. Oh yeah, picking off a few things. So let's look at the battle report to see what we got. We killed a Night Goblin Shaman. That's not really important, so we didn't really do that well on killing the commanders. Some Black Orcs, Goblins, Goblin Archers. None of these really matter, but 7 Black Orcs is okay to kill. 4 loons, that's not that bad. Big uns, boar boys, orc boys. This is okay, some big uns and boar boys, but yeah, overall, not an amazing trap. Yeah, just a little bit of damage to them, just kind of whittling them down. Of course, the orcs can't afford to constantly be losing stuff like that, whereas we can. It's a bit more in our favour. But they will definitely be able to crack the walls immediately. Yeah, we can see down here, entrance to the fortification of Ogres has been breached, so yeah. Then we've got 2 fort stormings. We've got Greendale first. Greendale Community College. Quite a few casters in here, so this will be good to take out. So they're casting Swarm, and it looks like maybe some Fire Elementals are going to be coming up here. We've got some chaff at the front. We've got a lot of weapon steam firepower. They're going to burn those walls clean pretty quick. And then we've got a big squad of our Sacreds, which is very nice indeed. Unfortunately, our Gracier through old age got muted, and so he can't do Divine Blessing, which was that happened right before we got that, and he also can't claim the throne if we do manage to win the battle. He's still blessing some stuff, but it means that some of them are going in, I think, unblessed. Maybe most of them are blessed. There's definitely going to be some unblessed ones in there. So we can see they've got a bunch of Fire Elementals and Swarm, and the Fire Elementals in particular are going to kill a lot of our guys, and our own weapons teams are of course going to just slaughter them. This isn't really great using these guys as our main infantry, but it does mean that they're higher morale and they're more, the higher efficacy in combat means we will be able to break through these swarms and Fire Elementals more effectively. So they're really just dealing as casualties, but they don't have much hope of stopping us. And in go the slaves to attack rear. There we go. And they obliterate the remaining orcs, and a bit of poison and fire kills some more of our guys. So we lost a lot of council guard there, which isn't great. Let's have a look. 44 council guard. Whew. Given that we can only make 7 of those a turn, that is pretty brutal. But still, we took a fort, and that's what they're for. Clan rats and things lost, no commanders lost, and we took out 5 orc shamans, so, overall a win, because just taking out orc shamans is very important, and taking the forts is very important. Then we've got a battle at the Fortress of Abokte. Hopefully this one is a little bit less expensive for us. So we've got less of the elite stuff here, but we have got a bunch of fire snakes. Still got some weapons teams, lots of slingers. They do not have all the mages here, they've just got dudes. And we've got flaming arrows now. Flaming arrows with slingers is actually pretty nice. The Skaven slaves are very cheap slingers. It's something that you can do early with the Skaven. But yeah, imps, weapons teams, flaming slingshots. The fire snakes are tearing up their black orcs at the front. So this should be a fairly clean one for us, it looks like. The weapons teams are being a little bit useless against the guys on the walls. People on the walls have some built-in protection against missile attacks, so that's what's kind of happening there. But I imagine they'll rout pretty soon. Yeah, they're just routing and getting killed by our flyers and things. Well done to our devils for killing some people there. So, what did we lose? Giant rats, 2 fire snakes. Don't care about anything else, but 2 fire snakes is slightly irritating. But much cleaner than the other one. And yeah, just burned our way through. Let's see how many kills the slingers got. Yeah, 11. That's pretty good, given how cheap they are. Right, so unexpected events. We got a new Warpstone seam. Yum yum. Some disease. Griffin Rock, a bit of unrest. Oh, you don't like to see brigands. Can we do anything about that? Yeah, we've got patrollers there, so they should be dealt with fairly soon, I think. Have we got a commander who could go and pick up these blood slaves? Maybe you go and get those blood slaves. That's the messages. Sneaky enemies. This is all just scouts. We took out a false prophet and some heretics, which is nice. Mushroom will be upgraded to a castle. And then we've got a breach in Ograthon and a breach in Robberhome. So we will be endeavouring to... so Robberhome is the one that we've stormed. Ograthon is the one the enemy will be storming against us. So we're going to try and stop them from doing that because I don't want to lose a fort to them. And I'd like to kind of finish their army off if I can. And then we've got some starvation. So starvation in Robberhome, where our very big army is. Not much in the way of starvation, and I'm going to move this entire stack onto here anyway, which has a lot more supplies. And a lot of things are going to die in this battle, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. But it sucks that a bunch of them are starving, and therefore will have lower morale in the battle. That could be a little bit of a problem. What else have we got? Land of Plenty starvation. Starving in the Land of Plenty is a very bizarre thing to happen. Oh, we've just got too many rats. Pretty straightforward. But we are leaving with a bunch of rats. And also starvation in Norfangs and Thornwoods. Thornwoods is some rats I don't care about. Too many rats. Too many rats. Maybe Filfangs. You can take these. I'll give you some of those so they've got some space to generate more rats. And I was going to preach with Filfangs, but maybe he should just take these rats home somewhere. Let us take them up here. That's fine. And where was the other one we had starvation? Norfangs, Thornwoods. Why are you starving? Is it just rats? Rats really can cause starvation so easily. So Gutter King is taking some rats away there. That's fine. Okay, that's all the messages. So what are we up to this turn? Well, we are continuing to build as we always do. We're forging some things, including forging the Crown of Titans, because I thought it'd be interesting to try that out, because it gives you enlargement. That's the main thing. Maybe on a Vermin Lord, because they're size 5 or size 4 possibly. Yeah, size 4. I am casting a bunch of Mind Hunts. I've got 3 casters casting Mind Hunts onto this army here in Ograthon to try and pick off some of the commanders and just potentially cause some trouble, maybe kill some of the mages that are casting key spells, possibly kill the Zugzod the Zod on his Wyvern. That'd be nice. Over here, I'm also breaking siege with all of this stuff, and we've got kind of an interesting script of leeching darknesses, magma eruptions, shadow blasts, lots of leeches. We're casting leeches. This is to take out the Wyvern lad when he flies in, but also just to destroy strong enemies. We can also bring some more these guys since he's breaking siege. Let's put some more troops just around. It would be good to just have hit points on the battlefield. They can fire enemy archers. Let's put in some more troops. Yeah, hold an attack, that's fine. Hold an attack, yep. Okay. Are they all still breaking siege? Yes. So we're moving basically our entire stack except for our god. Our god is going to storm this castle on their own, and we're moving our stack in here. We've got various plans, including the fact that we're using a stuff of storms that we've moved in on Nephele, and that will stop them from flying, and we're going to use air elementals on them. We've also got a devil moving in with 2 smashers, who is going to fly in and try and land those smashers in the head of their god. So he'll wait for a moment and attack large targets and try and hit them with the smashers and just hit the god very hard with those. And we've got Anthrax will be there, of course, and just lots of stuff. Tons of interesting spells, lots of fire elementals, all kinds of crazy stuff in that. So hopefully they stay there, move more forces onto it maybe, and we have a huge fight. That'd be really fun. Down here, we're just going to hide inside. I don't care if they move onto there. I'll have 1 defense so I can see what moves onto it, but maybe they will just move down instead. I don't know. The other thing we're doing is that before these get hit by this big army, I'm teleporting something on them to try and cause some trouble. And I'm not sure that this will work, but I thought it'd be interesting to try. So I'm cloud trapezing Aella. Aella is going to cast Storm, and then Aella is going to cast Wrathful Skies. And this may or may not work. If Aella gets hit, she'll immediately activate the Ring of Returning and return home, so I don't really risk this stuff. She is going to be supported by a cloud trapezing Silver Order Adept, who is very weak and diseased, and he's going to die anyway. So I'm just going to cloud trapeze him in, and he's going to cast a couple of buffs on her and just provide a little bit of distraction with some elementals. But he's going to cast Luck on her and Twist Fate on her to try and keep her Ring of Returning makes that not activate. My hope is that I move on top of there, get Storm off, their flyers can't reach me straight away, and then she will be casting Summon Air Elementals to go and cause havoc amongst their ranks with the storm going on. So we'll see. I'm not sure that's going to work, but it's kind of interesting to try like a magic phase attack like that. I think it'd be kind of cool at least. Yeah, if I get did I have Wrathful Skies? I'm pretty sure I told her to do Wrathful Skies. Yeah, Storm and then Wrathful Skies. They're both kind of slow. This is 200% speed. This is 225% speed. So maybe she's not going to be able to get them off, but I thought I'd give it a go. Actually, how much is Storm to cast? Let's have a look. Because I could have the other guy cast Storm. 4. No, I can't. Okay. I'd ideally want her to have the stuff of Storms, but unfortunately I'd already given it to Nephele. But Nephele is going to mean that they can't use their flyers in this battle, so, it's fine. It also means that our Devil, unless the stuff of Storms goes down, won't be able to fly and hit the god as I was intending there, so maybe that's not a great plan, but they can just walk along and hit the god, it's fine. Or maybe before the storm. Oh no, the storm's there from the start of the battle. Yeah, so they're going to have to wait. So I'll just put them over here somewhere, and then they don't need to hold quite so much before going after their target. I'll just have them on attack. Oh, they're on attack. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Large enemy monsters. Hold and attack large enemy monsters. Put them on the flank. Fine. This guy is going to go and do something else, so that's fine. Yeah, so that's the plan over there. A Vermin Lord's attacking over here. Elsewhere, I'm leaving Palamé alone because I don't want to deal with Azhag yet. I'm going to have a think about what I'm going to do, and maybe I'll be able to get something off on him and do some damage. If he moves outside of this, maybe I'll be able to magic phase someone on him and cause some destruction that way. I'm not sure. I feel like I have a lot of options, and I'm just holding onto their territory and killing stuff wherever I can. It's like whack-a-mole at the moment. I'm moving this force here to go and take out Suthu, and I'm moving this sort of mini thug Cauldron of a Thousand Poxes down here. Yeah, so just covering up their territory. I hope there will be some fun battles happening next turn. And casting wise, it's really just the Mind Hunt. Yeah, I'm not really casting any more big summons or anything this turn. I've still got massive income, so I will keep casting things, but maybe I could use having something else up, I'm not sure. And I'm just forging bits and pieces. I've got quite a lot of equipment, but I'm going to keep forging. Research-wise, I'm doing Blood Magic level 8. We've already discussed why that is, but Heliophagus, I can cast that with my Vampire Lords. With all the boosters on there, that would be fun to get a bunch of Heliophagi and just charge around with those. Evocation level 8 for various things, primarily Pillar of Fire and moving towards getting Flames from the Sky, because I have a lot of casters that can cast this, and it'll help me in my wars to just be able to absolutely nuke from space armies that are moving around. I can also get Flamestorms up. Flamestorm is a great thing to fire off on turn 1 of combat, to just absolutely dump fire all over the enemy army. It's very fun. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. We can get Maelstrom along the way. We're going to save up our water gems for that. The Queen of Elemental Water is just hanging out in the water for now. I might attack the Dark Elves after I've done the Greenskins, because I can go after this throne which is right next to me. But a more important thing for me at the moment is to secure all these thrones. So I've got this, and I want to get a Holy 3 in there. Do I have a Holy 3 I can teleport in there just for speed's sake? Teleport is 4. No, this turn we're just using our astral boosters on doing mind hunts and things, so I can't really do that. That's okay. And I'm casting a couple of spell focuses to make my my mind hunts more powerful in the future. Forging a couple of spell focuses. That's more or less everything, and hope you enjoy watching, and I will see you next time.